Hello fellow gardeners. Okay, we're doing this one, this video here. We're going to dedicate this to all the kiddos that's getting on this contest. I know a lot of them are living in apartments and all, and they don't have a yard, no place to garden in a garden. So what they're doing, they're using these 5-gallon containers. They don't even have the opportunity to use these old big 20-gallon tubs, so they're going to garden in these containers, and we appreciate that. Just any way to get these kiddos back into their hands in the soil and get into gardening. I will talk a little bit about this contest. A lot of people have been texting me and asking how they can sign up these kiddos. Listen, we're not going to be real hard on this. Don't worry about the signing up right now. Daniel Arms and a couple of my staff members are trying to figure this all out. We're going to be real lenient on this. The main thing is you get these kiddos, get their containers made, get their plants in, get them gardening. The main thing you're going to have to do is when this tomato gets big and you're ready to pick it, I want you to take a picture of that child with this tomato plant and that big old tomato, his hand or her hand there by that tomato, so that we can see it growing on the plant. And then when you take it and put it on the scale, I want the child to be standing there by the scale. I want you to take a picture of that scale weight and that tomato or watermelon or pumpkin or whatever you're doing. Let's get an official weight on it right there on the scale so that nobody can say that thing didn't weigh 2 pounds. You know, let's get it down right. Let's all be honest. This is on the honor system. So anyway, this is the way I'm going to show you these tubs, these buckets, I mean, for these kiddos, or for women that don't have a husband to help them get a big tub, or if you live in town and you got a garden in small tubs, buckets, it's okay. So here we go. The first thing we do, remember we drill our hole up here at 5 inches up, okay? That's the only hole in that bucket. Now then, we'll show you a couple different ways to fill this. This is made out of nothing but water bottles. I filled it completely full of water bottles. First, remember, I took and punched holes. You see my holes, I put some up here and I punched some down here. That's so the water and the air can move back and forth in there. If you don't have these holes up here, and you start filling this all full of water and water goes in here, first thing you know, it'll be floating these up. So if you got the holes, the air can go on out and not float them up. I want you to fill this bucket completely full of these bottles. You go all the way around the outside with the ring, and then you put 3 in the middle. Now, I pulled one of mine back out. You see, this is going to be my wick right here. There's 1 bottle missing from being completely full. Can you see what I'm talking about? In other words, don't leave it like that. That's too much of a wick. We're going to fill it half of that hole up and just put the soil all down in there now. And that's going to, you don't have to put a cloth or nothing. Yes, you have to put a pipe. Thank goodness I thought of it this time. You need a pipe. You can either set it right down there like into that. And to tell you the truth, you should put it, by right, you should put it over pretty close to the hole so that you can see the hole when you're filling it up. When it runs out that hole, you know it's full. Some people said, well, I want to check the water in the depth in my bucket. Take you a dowel pin or something, a little stick, and you drop it down in there, and you bring it up, and you see how much water's in it by the color of the stick, and you can hold it over at the side and see that you've got it half full or all the way full. That's the way you find out the depth you got in there with a little stick or a little dowel pin, any kind of little rod or something. Okay, now then, you don't have to put any cloth over this. This is all you use, your water bottles, your soda pop bottles, anything like that to make this thing work out of scrap that you're throwing away. I don't want you to go spend a lot of money on this. You know, I'm hearing that like McDonald's and Brahms and stores like that, even Walmart delis have cake icing in these, and Walmart gets different things, pickles and all in them. A lot of times they'll give them to you or sell them to you for $1. I think the chain stores are up to about $3 or $4 a piece on these now. And you might look on Craigslist, somebody's got these for sale, maybe cheap. Just find them cheap as you can or something. It doesn't have to be a 5-gallon bucket. You can go get one of them little totes at Walmart or chain stores or anywhere and use it in the place of this. It can be square. It doesn't have to be round. You just need a piece of pipe and the water bottles and a container. Drill your hole up here 4 or 5 inches up, anywhere from 3 inches up. It doesn't make any difference. You hold 3 inches of water, you're gonna have to water more often than you do if you got 5 inches. And it's a little better if you have it down there, maybe, I don't know, so you won't drown your plant. But anyway, that's the way we do it right there. Now, we're fixing to fill this full of soil now. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put some of that soil. Let me get the shovel. I'm going to grab me a little soil and I'm going to put in there, and I want to push it down in that hole that I made, right in the middle there. That's going to be my wick. Now, yes, I know there's soil going around all them bottles. That is fine and dandy. We don't have any problem with that because you've got most of it stopped off. Okay, we do it just like that right there. Get it in there. And while you're building this, now you get your pipe in there. I didn't forget that. Okay, we're going to put our fertilizer in there. We're going to put a tablespoon of sea mineral. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of Sustain or some of the fertilizer. You can go get tomato tone. It's a granular like this. Just anything to get some fertilizer in there. We're going to put a teaspoon of lime in there. And we're going to put a teaspoon of Epsom salt in there, okay? There you go. All right. Now then, we're ready to fill that back up. Fill it on up, all the way up. So I'm going to take this soil that I got in this bucket so it'll do it a little faster. I packed it in there, though. It probably ain't going to come out for me.
Getting your hands dirty.
Oh, that feels good. Get your hands down in that soil. Let me grab this shovel. Got to get the shovel. Okay, I'm going to mention one other thing now. If you're gardening outside, see, I garden in the high tunnel and I don't get all these heavy rains on mine. But if you're gardening outside, you need to round that thing up. Now press that down in there because it's going to settle some. Put a little more soil on the top. You want to round that up. Now, but it's going to, most everywhere that we're gardening this year, it's a raining extra amount, large amount. So round that soil up. Take you a piece of plastic, take your black trash bag, leave it double, and just lay it down over that. Cut a little X right there where it goes down over that pipe. Push it down over here. Tie your string around here, and that work good tight. That way it won't come off. Now then, to put your plant in there, cut you a little bit of X in your plastic right up here. Put your tomato plant right in there, and you're good to go. And that way, this plastic on here will shed that excess water off. If you don't, it rains like 5 inches tonight. Maybe 2 or 3 nights later, it rains 3 inches or 4 inches more. That's getting too much water in your bucket. So put that plastic over there. Do it before you ever plant it, and it'll be all right. You get into the dry summertime, and that plastic, you feel like it's too hot on there, just take your knife and split it, pull it off, and take it away from there after the rain is quit. But you need that plastic on there if you're going to grow out in the rain. Okay, that's one way we fill the bucket for the kiddos. Now I'm going to show you another way, so let me dump this right quick. There we go. All right, now then. Everybody's got milk jugs, water jugs, tea, Tide, Downy. Wash them Downies and Tide out just a little bit with water and everything. A little bit of sulfate, if you get it pretty well washed out, it's not going to hurt anything because, we spray our plants with Dawn and everything like that. So a little bit of soap's not going to hurt anything. It kind of kills the bugs some. All right, we're going to take a jug like that, and we're going to cut the thread, just about a ½ inch of that thread. See, there's a big notch there and then the threads. We're going to cut that off right there at the top of that notch. Just a ½ inch is all we're going to cut off of that jug. When you cut that ½ inch of that jug off, this is what you come up with. I cut this one off just so you can see. See how we cut that ½ inch off? Now look here, when we take our angled pipe like that, and we stick it right in there, look here how it goes in there. Just perfect. Okay? That way, the soil can't get to anything where your drain is or anything like that, or where you're filling up. I mean, you fill this jug up. Remember now, we got holes punched in the sides of this right here. Down here We got 4 up here. So the water and the air can transfer back and forth. We're going to set that right in the middle of your bucket. Then we're going to put 6 of these bottles. I really like to use pop bottles rather than water bottles because these are kind of flimsy, but either one of them will work. Remember, you got your holes at the top and the bottom. Let me get these in here, and I'll kind of show you what we're doing. There's 5, and one more will be 6. All right. Now you put your jug right in the middle. I'm trying to put 3 of these on each side, and it's not working for me like I want. Okay, there we go. All right, now you can see I've got the jug in the middle with the pipe in it. I've got 3 bottles over here and 3 over here. Now I'm going to put soil right down in here and right over here, and that's going to be my wicking. That's the soil that's going to wick the water up. So let's get some soil back in there so that we can see what's going on. I'm going to put just a little in there so you can kind of understand what I'm doing. Let me get a little on each side. Now, put that down in there towards the ground. I'll be all the way to the bottom of that bucket. I'll let you see. All right, now you can see I've got soil over here, and I got soil over here, and there's soil on top of the bottom. But this here goes all the way to the bottom of the bucket, and this goes all the way to the bottom of the bucket. That's about all the wicking you want in that bucket. If you put soil all the way around here, don't put these bottles in here, it's too much, it's wicking up too much water to your plant. But this is all you want, a little over here and a little over there, okay? Now then, we're going to go ahead and fill that up just a little more before we put our fertilizer in. All right, we filled it up just to the top of the bottles. You can see the top of the bottles is showing there just a little. I'm going to get my fertilizer. I'm going to put my sea mineral in there. I'm going to put my sustain in there, 2 tablespoons of sustain, 1 tablespoon of sea mineral, 1 teaspoonful of lime, and 1 teaspoonful of Epsom salt, okay? And there we go. Now then we're ready to fill it on up. Remember now, kind of press it down in there pretty good. Now you can lean this over a little bit if you need, if you want to, if you don't want it right in the center. Now then, remember now, if you're growing outside, then you need to go ahead and round this up. Round it up pretty good. Now pack this down because it's going to settle some. Get you a little more put on it. Okay, you see we got it rounded up in the center now. Now then we're gonna pick our plastic bag, just leave it closed, pull it out over that. Pretty good sized trash bag, lay it over there, cut you a little X where your pipe is, push it down over it, and pull this down good and tight over this and tie you a string around under the lip, and that'll shed that water off. Then cut you another little X in your plastic where you're going to put your pepper plant or your tomato plant or your watermelon, your cantaloupe. This is really too small unless you get the little bush melons, like the little the ones that makes the little teeny melons or cantaloupe. Get the little short bush if you can. I'd rather see you grow watermelons and cantaloupe in a bigger tub, but you can try this. I mean, as long as you feed and water it, you know, you get a big watermelon plant out there, you may have to water this thing every day. Take your little stick, drop down there and see how much water you got on your stick. If you're getting down there to 1 inch, you need to fill it back up with water and food. Remember, this plant wants to eat only on the days that you eat. And that's every day. Okay, so you don't have to go water every day unless you're getting some big plant in here that, you know, a watermelon plant is 10 feet across. You may have to water this every day. I can't tell you. You got to go check your water and see. But keep water and food in there at all times and let that plant grow and eat. And let's see what. Yes, Jackie, you got a question?
I do. You said to put 1 tomato plant in there
Yes.
for a 5-gallon bucket? Is one all you can put in, or
Yes.
do you put more than?
No, not in a 5-gallon bucket. One is the limit. You can't grow any more in there and do any good. One plant of tomato, one plant of pepper. You know, you can put about 4 strawberries, 4 lettuce or spinach, you know, 18 radishes, 18 to 2 dozen green onions, and pull half the green onions out, eat them green, let the others grow bigger. Uh, I just put 2 watermelon seeds in there, 2 cantaloupe seeds, and let them go. If you're going to grow them in this bucket. Same way with the pumpkin. I wouldn't put but 2 in there if you're going to grow a pumpkin. Anyway, this is dedicated to kiddos that's in this contest, and parents and grandparents. Let's be on the honor system. Let's teach these children honesty. Let's teach them how to grow in the garden. I mean, they'll never forget this. You help them grow this, and they make those little cherry tomatoes or something and eat those. They will never forget that. That will be with them the rest of their life. Remember what the Bible says? Train up a child when they're young, and when they're old, they will not depart from that. So let's train them up now while they're young. Anywhere between 5 and 15 years old, we need to get them into this and get them to gardening. If you like this, punch the button, ring the bell, and subscribe, please, and we'll make you another video.